The new addition to the climbing community is the brand new 24 Moonboard Set. These have only just been released to the market. We've come down here to the schoolroom to check it out and give our verdict on how good we think it is. My opinion on the board straight away is it's better than the previous boards. Mainly the texture is a lot better, but I know it is new, but also the edges are more comfortable. They're not as sharp. I think the yellows are always really nice holds, but some of the sharper black and white holds, like the blue ones, are just far superior in my opinion.
Same opinion already. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I think warming up on the old boards I found quite tricky, and I'd warm up elsewhere, but I can definitely warm up and feel comfortable, and my skin feels great. So, yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Psych.
This is Bluebird, this is 7A, this is Francis Bensley boulder problem. Has 10 repeats currently.
The first thing I want to review and rate on this board is hold shape, and I actually think because a board is just a flat wall with a bunch of holds on, hold shape is probably the most important aspect about a board. A good board is made by good holds, so we're going to rate how good we think the holds are on the new Moonboard. 5 stars. It's the best Moonboard, I think, for hold size. I think when we had the reds, it was really accessible. I didn't like the shapes of them though. I think the shapes are better and the bigger sizes, so even what look small I think are actually more usable. They're bigger than they look.
Yeah, I think it's very inclusive, isn't it? And I think there's a good variety of holds, so no matter what grade you climb, there's definitely something to challenge you. They're very ergonomic as well.
We'll get into ergonomics later.
Okay.
Hold your horses.
Sorry, too keen. I'll give it 4 out of 5 because I don't think anything's ever 5 out of 5.
I agree with Roz. I wouldn't go 5 out of 5. I think that has to be. I mean, it'd have to be like perfect, and I think everything can be better.
Same again. I think it maybe could be more perfect, so I'll go 4 out of 5 as well.
Yeah, I would just have a few more ratters on there. But when you've got fingers,
so I was going to say maybe some even bigger holds again, so it's more accessible. But fair enough.
For anyone that's not English, ratters means small hole.
Oh my god, I'm just like barn going.
Is that not allowed?
Wait, I just this jug into a fulcrum.
It was an emergency, I needed it. Is that not how you hold it?
This is a good crimp though.
There's like a ridge in it. It's good. Yeah.
Fantastic boulder, Ben.
5 stars.
5 stars.
I just want to take 10 seconds to quickly mention that we have recently released our education course, which you can buy online now. It is the Climber's Guide to Training. This online course is an in-depth look into all things training, from strength and conditioning, energy systems, and all the stuff that you'll need to be your own self-coached climber. If you want to learn more, I'll put a link in the description below. back to the video.
Let's go 7C or 7B plus. Does anyone want chocolate? I'm getting withdrawal symptoms. I haven't had some in at least
I'm halfway through
2 hours.
so-
Oh, right.
Oh, God.
You slip.
I fired then, yeah, I would have had it was in my hand. I was going to do that.
Yeah.
Push. Come on. Nice. Come on, mate. Yes, come on. Stay with it. Yes, come on, Dave. Come on. Nice. Oh my God, you had that so bad. Good job.
And every hole badly.
You had like that so bad at the time.
I had all the holes pretty bad.
Next thing we're rating is hold comfort or ergonomics, and I'm gonna put texture in with this one as well. I already spoke about like the shape of them being way better than the previous holds, and how like the pockets are a good example of that. The texture is probably better. It's made from PE, not PU, so the texture should last longer. And I'm going to give it 4.5 stars because I actually think it's from the better holds I've ever climbed on a board. But I'm not a massive fan of the texture of the plywood. Gives like a layery feel to it. I don't know how to describe it.
A layery feel?
It's got like layers to it, isn't it?
Explain more, please.
But and they are probably in the right direction. You're going against the grain when you hold on to it, but I think it would be better if it's just plain wood. It'd be nicer on the skin, I think.
I think I'm going to be harsher on this one. I think it's really good, and it's definitely the best moonboard setup I've ever been on. And actually, I really like the hold shapes. Texture-wise, though, I think I'm spoilt by climbing on really nice hardwood holds the whole time. So I'd say this is a 3 out of 5 compared to all boards, but it definitely is the best moonboard I've ever been on. So hold shape, comfort, texture, definitely the best moonboard. 3 out of 5 against all the other boards in Sheffield.
See, I like the texture because I think there's some sessions you want texture and you might be climbing on the blue holds, and I think there's some sessions where you would probably just stick to the wood because your skin was bad. So I think you want the variety of having texture and no, like a wooden set as well. I just think the wood holds could be better texture.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I could not agree more. Everything what they said was what I was going to say.
Oh, that's a hard move.
You've done the real side.
Have you done the real thing? Yeah, I've done Cypher. It's harder than Cypher. That Cypher's 8B, this is only 7C on the moonboard. I've done more 8Bs than 7Cs on the moonboard, so.
So this next rating I wanted to look at is like sandbag level. Essentially, moonboards, but boards in general, have a reputation for being sandbagged, which essentially means that the grades are really difficult to do compared to outdoor climbs or normal climbs in a commercial set. So I want to know if this is as sandbagged, more sandbagged, and where people feel this one lies compared to the other moonboards.
The useful thing about grades is that you know if you're roughly a 7A climber and you go on a board and you can highlight a bunch of 7As, then they're roughly going to be the right level for you, whether it's a project session or whatever. Apart from if it's sandbagged and they're actually all 7Bs, that's not that useful. But I think people get too frustrated about the ego perspective of it. So if everyone knows that actually this is sandbagged and everything's 2 grades out, if you're a 7A climber, you should look at 6C and be okay with that. And if you do the 6Cs, you should look at 6C plus and be okay with that. Like,
I
it's
totally agree. I think like as soon as you adjust, as long as the board's about the same or the problems compare to each other, it's when you have a set board, you've got a good benchmark, and then someone adds a sandbag problem compared to the board itself. But if the board's good, it doesn't really matter what the
and
grade
because
is.
this is benchmarked by a number of people, if you click benchmark, when it's a bit more established, you're going to get the benchmarks of that grade, and then you climb on it and you work out your bench.
So far, 5 out of 5 for me.
5 out of 5.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
It always will eventually be 5 out of 5 if there's enough of a community.
I think
behind it.
it's just
Yeah.
hard because you compare it to the other ones, don't you? So,
I'm not comparing them to the others because I haven't
Oh.
climbed on the others that much. I'm comparing it to
so
this.
comparing it to the others, this is obviously a lot easier.
Oh, wattage.
That's good, Ollie.
He
but you
hasn't
used
done
the wrong-
Cypher and he did the...
Well, he used the wrong foothold. So.
Oh, what?
How did you do?
I was just like so impressed.
I know. Why did you have to say it? It's a good review, actually.
Yeah.
I haven't had a membership at the schoolroom for ages,
We should
and this makes me want to come back.
That's a really good
So that's a pretty good sign.
Two 70s in a session, definitely soft. It's not sandbagged.
If we're chatting about training versatility, I think it's pretty good, actually. I mean, there's a good variety of holds. You can definitely train loads of grip types. I think even pockets, there's loads of holds that would still work like that if you wanted to work pockets more, because there's only a few on the board. I think for like ANCAP sessions and doing repeaters, I think it's also quite good. Like we talked about, the texture is really nice, so I don't think it's going to weigh skin out badly, which is a massive improvement compared to the old Moonboards, in my opinion. And yeah, I think again probably 4.5, 5 out of 5 for training versatility, which I think is high score.
I'm going to flip, and I'm going to go for a 4. I'm going to go a bit lower because I think, well, my skin will probably wear down pretty quick on the blue holds. And although it will be nice to climb on the thin skin, I think my skin wouldn't last that long on the blue holds. Whereas the sharper ones, like, you just wouldn't be able to train on. So it's not quite there. It's not quite as good as just like a pure hardwood board for skin. And yes, you could like force yourself to do front free or back free or pockets on some of the other holds, but like generally if you have to make that adaptation to your own climbing fit, then like could it be better maybe? So yeah, I'll go 4 out of 5.
5 out of 5? I don't know what you would get. I don't know what difference you'd have on a board, really. So you can do no kickboard, which is better than all the other Moonboards now. It means you can get off the kickboard quickly. You're straight onto steep, angled for tension, and it means you can't just jump past moves necessarily, and it allows you the freedom to set more. It's got pinches, it's got crimps, it's got small holds, it's got big holds. It's got pockets on. I think it's got more pockets on than most boards have, so therefore you can train pockets on it better than most boards.
My rating is 4 out of 5.
What would you give 5?
I just don't like giving stuff 5 out of 5.
No, I know, but what would you? I don't either.
Made in Chelsea? Oh, a good cup of tea. That would be a 5 out of 5.
A board session with a good cup of tea.
And Made in Chelsea in the background.
And no one else here, so you can watch Made in Chelsea in your rest period.
5 out of 5. 6 out of 5.
6 out of 5. Well done.
Then... Yeah. It's not like Nicely.
Well done, Ravioli. Well done.
Final rating is fun, out of 5 stars. I'm going to go 3 stars because my ego can't handle how sandbagged it is.
That's a you problem, not a board problem.
Yeah, but I'm giving my personal rating, aren't I? So 3 stars. It's probably one of the best boards I've climbed on.
I'm giving it 5 out of 5 because I think it's fun watching Josh struggle.
I'd give it 4 out of 5 overall. I can't. It's probably not the most perfect, best thing for 5 out of 5, but I can't fault it that much.
I'm gonna get 5 out of 5. If I try a problem or try climbs and I want to come back immediately, it's a good sign. I had fun. 5 out of 5.
Today has just been a bit of fun. We've obviously given our opinion on what we think of the board. Generally, we all think it's one of the best moonboard sets there is, if not the best moonboard set so far. You've seen us climbing on it. Let us know what you think of the new moonboard set in the comments below.